Hello, everyone, and welcome to this session of the Might and Mercy podcast. We're back. I'm your game master, Toby, and I'm joined today by the wonderful Matt.
Hello, I'm Matt, and I'm playing Ravenna of Erethsel, an Elven Ranger.
There we
Sorry, an
go.
Elven Ranger.
There you go. Chris.
Hi, I'm Chris. I play Fitzroy.
Amazing. And Yehuda.
I'm Yehuda, and I play King Pharamond the Mighty, a barbarian halfling.
For another exciting episode of Might and Mercy. Sorry to have been gone for such a long time. We wanted to play a month ago, but then everyone kept getting sick, so here we are a month later. Everyone is more or less okay, so we are going to play Might and Mercy. We use the 13th Age system and play in a homebrew setting called Ithakis, a world where dragons and giants rule. Now, thank you all for watching and listening, either live or as a video or on the podcast. We are glad that you're here to enjoy our game and our story. If you're listening and want to help us out, just hit like on that video, subscribe to our channel, or maybe share this story with one of your fellow gamers or your table for some inspiration, some fun, something to talk about when you can't play a game for a while. We'd love to have more people enjoy this story, obviously, and we hope you keep enjoying it as we play it. We don't have any announcements, so we are just going to dive right in and start playing Might and Mercy. Now, last time we left all of you off, a lot was happening, but the three of you managed to converge on Goldmeadows in the Nobeck Valley. Maybe give us a quick reminder. Fitzroy, Pharamond, where are you at the moment?
So I believe we are heading towards Goldmeadows with our friend. I will refer to them as a friend, Radnock, to try and clear up the confusion regarding Tapuk and the general situation in Goldmeadows.
What, a friend? Nobody's ever called me a friend before. You're such a good fella.
It was in quotes.
He misspelled fiend.
Exactly.
Fitzroy, what was the name of that friend so I start tracking this stuff?
Pharamond, F-A-R-A-M-O.
Oh, a PC. Okay.
No, it was...
I thought you were referring to some NPC.
No, it's Radnock, I believe you pronounce it.
Radnox.
Knox. I dropped the S. It's cleaner.
It's because it's with an X.
And for sort of, so I don't get surprised later, is Radnox is a demon or a fiend or...
It's from the underworld.
Mm.
I don't know. What's a demon?
What
What's a
does that
fiend? What's a
mean?
devil? What does that mean? I don't know. Does
Yeah.
Ravenna know what that means? I don't know.
Ravenna does. Okay,
But
never
Matt
mind. We'll see.
doesn't
We'll
know
see
that-
where it goes. We'll
Oh,
see
true.
where it goes.
That's just tough luck, man.
Okay, well,
Confused.
if I
Do
haven't
shoot?
expanded,
Don't I shoot? Do I? Don't I?
Shoot.
if I somehow
Not
get
us.
a +2 crit range against Radnox, then I'll discover that it's a demon, I guess. So
He looks like a little red pig, right? It's pretty much.
Well, that was how Fitzroy kept describing him. Yes,
Yeah.
not what he looks like. But
I beg to differ.
I thought he was handsome.
A handsome little
handsome
red pig.
pig,
A handsome red.
not to be confused with Napoleon, who runs the farm. In any case, that's where you are, and it's approaching dawn as you are making your way towards Goldmeadows. Ravenna, what about you? Where did you end up?
last we saw Ravenna, who was an elf clad in chameleon-like leather armor, shiftingly colored leather armor, with bows and swords strapped to her back. She was doing one of her favorite things, abseiling off a flying ship into terrible danger, into the danger zone. But landing somewhere among the farms of Goldmeadows and trying to figure out where the group is that she's supposed to be supporting or scouting.
Very good. All right. So, gentlemen, now that we have found our bearings more or less, quick reminder of everything that went down before. Another adventuring party stumbled upon a plot to release demons into this world and failed to stop it for reasons that shall remain undisclosed to the current characters at hand. As they
losers?
failed, a terrible rift was opened between the land and the world somewhere underneath a not noteworthy town in a not noteworthy valley in a not noteworthy region of quite a noteworthy empire, which has suddenly become the center of just about anyone and their grandmother's attention. This place called Goldmeadows. Scrambling to plug this hole in this reality, the Empress of the Rishoan Empire dispatched the Queen's Vengeance, a Vanquisher-class flying citadel, from Breachwatch to Goldmeadows, captained by no other than Rafa Velastar, one of the champions of the Empire, who brought along a companion and friend, a longtime war buddy, in Ravenna for a fun ride and adventure, as she had just been honorably discharged from her service in Breachwatch. Upon this bridge, on this flying citadel, that you should imagine is about 300 meters by 300 meters, if you were to draw a cross through it. It's basically a flying city. There is a round elevated command center in the middle, a spire that gives Rafa and his command crew a good vantage point of everything that is happening on the Queen's Vengeance, but also in the land below. There are giant windows all around, providing a 360-degree view. And outside of from the center where the captain's chair is, there is a command center. There is something that you could call engineering. There is a tactical center. There is a con center, and there is an operations center. And there are ways to get from this spire to the lower decks, to the city proper, and to the launch bays below. Ravenna, you are currently in one of the launch bays, and this launch bay you have to imagine at the bottom of the ship. This is the entire bottom of that flying city. It is massive. It runs 300 meters in either direction, and all around there are various exits where either things, creatures, dragons, eagles, griffins are flying in or flying out at the moment. People are busy, soldiers are busy, quartermasters are making preparations, squads are being launched, injured people are being flown back up, because it is a mess down below. In the short 4 hours that you've been here, a lot has happened. Anchors have been placed all around Goldmeadows, magical anchors, dispatched units of war mages and their guards have been sent down to set these up and protect these. But the moment they were set up, they also all came under siege. Among everything that is walking around here in this launch bay, you see one pristine white winged horse marching around, looking very regal, as it speaks orders to some of the animals and people that are being dispatched or told where to go and what to do. You see a rather shaky, young looking, maybe just shy of 20 years old, young man, hair chopped short in crew cut, in his battle dress, kind of shrugging, trying to put his backpack on his back, but struggling a bit, as an older soldier kind of helps him out, pats him on the back, presses a spear into his hand, and marches him off into a contraption that holds about 8 soldiers, all with different gear and dress. So they all have similar battle dress, but one of them, for example, is carrying a huge mallet, two-handed mallet, and is wearing heavy armor. Another one is equipped with a rather sizable crossbow that seems to have a rotating array of arrows on it that will spin every time an arrow is shot, immediately click into place, allowing for some sort of rapid fire. Nothing strange to Ravenna's eyes. This seems like a regular kind of squad that is being sent down. You've got the basher, you've got the ranged fighter, you've got the skirmisher with a short bow and 2 short swords by his side, and you've got the knight with the sword and shield, as well as 2, one elf and 1 orc, clad in long robes that have been embroidered with all kind of glowing runes. You're not sure what material has been used for the embroidery. It looks silver, but also gold, but it glitters in the light, depending how the torchlight falls on it. One of them carries a slight wand. It's kind of like weaving things around. The other one carries a long staff. That is, the orc carries a long staff that actually seems like 2 or 3 roots or branches kind of twined together like a cable that hold a gemstone in the top. Anyway, this contraption holding these 8 soldiers, one moment they're getting in, this young man that was struggling with his backpack gets in. The next moment it is airlifted by an eagle, dragged outside, and it swoops down out of sight to the lands below. And below you can see to the one end, if you were to walk to the one end of the launch bay, darkness and some like torches off in the distance, maybe some light left and right, but nothing really there. And to the other end, a burning town with fires around the center of the town, where it seems like people and soldiers have set things ablaze to create a cordon of light to catch anything that would prefer to move in darkness. And you can see flashes and bolts of magic being shot left and right. And all around the perimeter of the town, you can see in 6 different locations huge beams projecting skyward, creating the dome that obviously you can only see part of the perimeter of, crackling off in the distance, and the flying citadel is within that dome at the moment.
So the dome is covered, like the anchors are creating the dome.
The anchors are projecting
we and the
energy
citadel
up,
are under. Yeah.
and there's this huge like dome that is set in place to contain whatever is coming out of that rift into this time and place in the land. However, everyone is aware that this is a temporary measure, and that when 3 of those 6 anchors are destroyed, the dome will come down.
Yeah.
So
we're all dropping into the center and trying to defend the anchors from demons who are trying to get out, right? Is approximately what I'm understanding.
That is what you have understood the first mission to be about. You have been dispatched to Launch Bay 3, where a transport awaits you. There is a griffin with a dual saddle standing there, and upon that griffin sits a slight human male, blonde hair, green eyes, no armor, but clad in the Bright Hammer livery, awaiting you to take you down to one of the anchors, because contact was lost with anchor number 2 off to the south of Goldmeadows.
Okay. So we're scouting and trying to recover anchor number 2 and see. Anybody I know around, or just
There are so many people moving and running around, and this is a flying citadel. You were
I know a lot of people, but
in the Navy, you were in the Army, to put it that way.
Oh, okay.
And to the
Good,
person
good.
watching, hi, thanks for watching. We're so happy you're dropping in. Drop us a message in the chat if you want to.
All right. I'll walk up to the blonde Griffin rider. I'm assuming this is my ride down to the surface, right?
Yes.
Okay. I walk up to him.
Oi, you Ravenna!
Yeah, you my ride, Blondie?
Yeah, I'm Adric. Hop on.
Nice
Better
to
not
meet you.
waste any
Anyone
time.
else?
We lost contact. No, just you. We lost contact with Squad 27 about 30 minutes ago. And nobody
All right.
knows what's happened. So you better get down there and conduct your business.
Got it. Tell me about Squad 27 on the way. Who's the lieutenant? Code signs.
Well, how am I supposed to
Stand
know?
aside.
There's like 10,000 people on the ship. I have no idea. I just fly people up and down, man. Get on. You're wasting time. I've got more
Get it.
rides to make.
Oh, I'm already on. I'm already on, just talking in his ear. So
Make a dexterity check to see how easily you get on the Griffin.
okay. 15
20.
plus if I 15 plus 4 is 19 plus my level is my level modifier, or wait, probably my background veteran officer of scale kind of applies to
Tell me,
getting
why
onto a dropship.
would that apply? Why would that apply to this situation?
Because I'm used to combined arms operations and airdrops and do this stuff all the time throughout my 20-year career at scale.
Amazing. Tell me how you hop onto this Griffin with Adric.
I just, instead of grabbing the saddle, I reach up and put one hand on his thigh and one hand around the other side to grab his belt and yank on his belt, which is just a little slightly, and just kind of toss myself up with a good roll, without toppling him off the Griffin.
Amazing.
It's a
All
standard trick we play on the Navy folks, just to give them a little scare.
Right. The moment you're on, the Griffin lurches forward, and you realize at this point that you are high up in the sky and you haven't yet put on your seatbelt. As the Griffin jumps out, you see two parts of your seatbelt kind of flop left and right as the Griffin barrel rolls.
I just wrap my arms around his waist and hold on tight.
As the Griffin barrel rolls, you kind of more or less almost drop out of the saddle.
Yeah.
And then it barrel rolls down and you land ass first on the saddle quite hard. And he looks over his shoulder and says, "Keep your army tricks to yourself," and then dives right down. Wings flap back, just swooping down into darkness. And you can see an amazing light show as you're
What's
swooping
the Griffin's
down.
name?
You hear all this wind.
Damn. Okay.
Can't really talk to him as you're on your way down. It takes a good 10 minutes just like diving, like, and this guy is making speed. He's in a hurry. You see over off to the right, to what you would guess is the northwestish, maybe, where Goldmeadows is. You can see fighting in the street as you go down and then swoop away. You see units moving around. People are fighting against large and small shadows. People are snooping and crawling around buildings. There's a lot of clamor and noise and lightning bolts and light flashes in that direction. And you can see also that all around where the anchors are, you make a quick survey of the other 5 anchors as you're headed towards anchor 2. There is fighting going on around each of those anchors. So whatever was set in place in the last 4 hours has immediately been identified by the enemy as targets to be dealt with. And they are moving fast and in large numbers, which is strange because as far as you understood, this breach was no more than 12 hours old at this time.
And they're splitting their forces across all 6 anchors, which is not very smart, but okay. Rather than taking out a few, but I'll take it. I'll take every advantage we can get.
You land on a field rather hard, dust, dirt kicked up around you. And Adric turns around and looks at you. All right, hop off. Teleportation back only in emergencies. Channel 17 for pickup. Someone will come and fetch you when you're done with your mission. Anything else?
Give the boy a carrot for me. I'll flip him a coin. Give the boy a carrot for me.
The griffin just turns its head to you and kind of like cocks an eyebrow, like, huh?
Oh, okay. You're a meat eater. Fine. I'll save some for you. And I just
Grins,
grab my bow.
Sly grin. Yeah.
I grab my bow and just start heading for cover. Thanks, Aldrich. Thanks, Griffey.
He's already gone back up in the sky, and you are now surrounded by silence.
Wow. All right. I am going to head for cover or structures because I do not want to be out in the middle of a field in all this.
The field around you where you were set down is a pasture, more or less, at the edge of town. You can see in the distance now the slight mound of what would be Goldmeadows, where you'd head in that direction, but probably a good maybe 400 or 500 meters out, which is quite the distance to cover. And in the night and in the lights of the fire within, eerily lit up is the center mansion, Bonebreaker Manor of this place that kind of stands out, even in its opulence, kind of glimmering and grand where it stands, but having this very eerie air to it now because of the strange light and noise coming from that direction. The other direction, over a slight hillock or rise off to the south, you can see this huge beam beaming upwards, which is where the anchor is. There are some boulders and rocks. There's a little ditch that probably needs crossing along the way there, and there's some trees and other things that kind of like flank the path that you can take straight to it, or you can go around, whatever you might want to do. You tell me how you want to go in that direction.
First priority is to get out of the landing zone, just in case somebody get clear of the landing zone, just in case someone saw and is coming. But I'll do that approximately in the south direction towards the brush, and then actually want to pause for like a whole 60 seconds just to observe, listen, watch for movement.
Where do you pause exactly in relation to the anchor?
As soon as I can get out of sight of the drop zone, so like anyone who came to the drop zone wouldn't see me, and I can find a good moment by a tree or a hillock or something where I don't stand out. Ideally, if I can have eyes on the anchor site, but I don't know how far away is it.
So you go up onto this slight rise there, and as you get to the top of this rise, there's a huge boulder there that you can kind of take cover behind. surveying the area in front of you, there's a slight depression, so you have to go down and then back up, and on that slightly larger rise, about 50 meters away from you, there is the anchor. The anchor is set up on the high ground and somewhat entrenched, so the squad that was there had time to at least build some minor for defensive works around it. And at the top of that hill stands a menhir, a cone-shaped kind of boulder that has been engraved kind of with different runes that are pulsing light, and from that menhir, this beam kind of is being beamed upwards. Around it, in kind of like a cross guard, 4 smaller stones, bollards more or less, like round, have been set, and they seem to be tethered to that menhir. So they seem to be feeding energy into it. That seems to be feeding this beam going up.
So it sounds like the anchor is operational, but just the squad that was guarding it is not there. Right?
So as you take this position, you see 2 things happen. First is that one of the soldiers there is lifted from a trench by a huge hulking figure, lifted up, and has his head swiped off his shoulders before being discarded as a sack of potatoes on the floor. The second thing you see is 2 or 3 other shady, wraith-like, shadowy figures rush up, and they begin hammering away at one of the 4 boulders that is feeding this menhir at the moment. I will leave it up to you to decide what you want to do.
So no sign of any surviving squad members.
As far as you can
Any
see.
other?
It's dark. It's hard to see from this distance.
Yeah. Wow. And my mission is like to. Am I on like more recon intel scouting to call in the right help for the right moment, or am I? Is my job to?
Your commander's intent is to keep the anchors going. That is the commander's intent at the moment. That has been communicated to every soldier in the Queen's Vengeance.
Okay, then I think I'm just gonna radio in on channel 17. Anchor 2, squad is down, under attack. I'm gonna engage. I see. Do I have a name for a big beast like that? There's at least 1 big bruiser and 4 wraiths. Engaging the wraiths.
All right.
Send a send a squad if possible.
You get some
Otherwise,
static. You get some static on the line back. Understood. Roger. Copy. At our earliest convenience, we will send backup. For now, you are on your own. Good luck, soldier. Check back in when the mission's complete.
Okay. It's probably now a terrible idea to engage the enemy without the rest of my party, but I have no idea where they're supposed to be. So where the party that I don't know exists is supposed to be. So
what are you going to do?
So I think what I'm going to do
situation, you're 50 meters away behind a boulder.
Yep.
On the other hill, there is this slightly larger creature that seems to be wielding a two-bladed moon-shaped axe. Right? So like this huge round axe, quite vicious looking, large. And there are 3 or 4, it's hard to tell in the night, moving around. They're creatures that have now started to pounce on one of the, let's call them batteries of this anchor.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
I think I want to take down the big guy so that I can, because he's going to take down the battery if those little guys don't. Okay. So I'm going to going to start combat, and hopefully somebody else is around. I don't have any way to signal to the enemy. I seem to have a pretty advantageous position.
Why don't you make why don't you just make your icon rules, please?
Okay, that's a good plan. Let me get my 3 Righteous Hammer icon dice. No, I don't have special dice for it. But I got 1 5, which is a mixed success, right? Yeah. So I got 1 5 on Righteous Hammer, which I believe is a mixed success or a success with a cost, correct?
All right. How about this? I'll give you advantage on your first attack against that large creature, but at the cost of it not being you not being able to turn that into a double attack. If you roll.
Yeah, I'll take it. So just a single well-aimed attack. I think I like the sound of that a lot. For the first opening shot, that makes a lot of sense.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack, and after that,
so,
you
my
roll
friends,
initiative.
I am going to use my Lethal Hunter. I'm going to designate as a free action. That big bastard expands the crit range by 2. Okay. And if this is a demon, the crit range goes up even higher.
Yes, it is a demon. So, you are very sure it is a demon.
You guys are going to be so happy. I got a natural 20 against an actual enemy instead of a player.
Oh, nice.
Yes. All right. So,
what's your max damage?
My max damage with a bow is 48 plus 8. So that would be 32. 40 is my max damage.
Okay. What had I said? Double or triple that on a crit? Double, right?
You let me do triple against you made me do triple against a player character.
Character, right? No, we're doubling.
Hang on, aren't you 5th? Aren't you 5th level?
Yeah, so that should be
5d8.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Something didn't update on my. Thank you.
5d8.
Something did not update on my.
Pheromone, fuck off! You're not here.
Yeah.
Who? What?
Yeah, you're right. So then it would be 5d8. You're right. 5d8. Thank you.
Plus.
5d8 plus 8 would be 48.
48, 80, 96 damage. All right. Ravenna, might
96?
or mercy?
This is a demon in a active war zone. Nothing but mercy. I just want to pin that bastard onto the pin that thing straight through the axe. It goes through a loop in the axe and straight into his neck and pins its axe to its face as it goes down.
Lovely. All right. As your arrow strikes true, I will let you take advantage of this momentum. How do you want to proceed? Think on your feet. Keep moving.
Yeah, I would like to. I need to get these. I assume there's going to be some other attacks coming towards me, so I'd like to take my double range shot at the wraiths, and then use my movement to start drawing any survivors away. So I'll expose myself with that shot and try to draw people away from the anchor because I can't have them.
We are going to roll initiative.
Okay. That would be an 18 plus 9, 27 initiative. Wow. Yeah, this character is a little bit different from my previous character.
In that he hasn't killed another character yet.
I'll get there. I'll get there. I'll say, "Hey kids, over here!" And I just launch one or possibly 2 more arrows. So
they are yet to notice what you've done to their leader because you are so sure this arrow is going to hit. You start running before it strikes true. Go on. What are you doing? Are you booking it across the field, or are you
no? Actually,
I'd like fire from a distance.
I'd like to fire arrows from a distance and then use my movement to run perpendicular, like circularly perpendicular, like a circle around the thing to try to draw them away from it.
A perimeter. Okay.
Yeah, I'm keeping keeping a distance, but moving to attract them. All right. So as I pull the arrows out, I am going to use my belt of keen blades to increase the crit range.
I think that arrow, that thing only applies to swords, doesn't it? No? The belt?
Yes, but we had discussed that it would be, instead of a sword belt, it would be something I could
It's like a
drag
quiver.
drag
It's
my
like a
first
quiver.
weapon, or drag a first weapon across to
All
kind
right.
of charm it or something. But if you
Sure.
prefer swords,
No,
I can.
no.
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay. In that case, it's a 16. I got a 16 to hit plus whatever. But that would actually be with the belt of clean blades, and if they're demons, that's a crit anyway. So, but it's a 25 to hit. Yeah, I am optimized. I optimized for crits. Rangers are simpler than fighters.
All right, go ahead. So it's a crit.
Yeah, crit.
So it's 96 damage again.
96 damage, and let's see, what is this? The double ranged attack. If it's a natural even roll, I get a second. Oh, get a second attack. By the way, it's less damage. It's 5d6 plus 8, so it will be 38 times 2.
38 times 2, so 76.
Yeah, got to remember that when I use the double ranged attack, it's a lower damage dice.
All right. So, Ravenna, why don't you explain to us how in less than 3 seconds you dispatch the remaining 4 enemies at this anchor?
Oh, will a crit do that for me? Oh, they're considered mobs then, I guess. Yeah. So before I start running, I take one aim where they haven't noticed, and I send an arrow straight through 2 of them at once. Shunk.
Mm-hmm.
And then
the other 2 now notice something is going on.
Yeah. And as I'm running, I fire a third arrow. I pull out a third arrow. I'm just sort of rapid firing my arrows at that point, and I roll a 10, but the second one would roll a 19 to hit with my second attack. That's
you don't need all the damage.
Okay, so these are mobs. How you want to explain it?
So you shoot 2 arrows. You shoot 2 arrows to kind of take them out. Amazing.
Yeah, shoot 2 arrows and knock both, and each arrow hits 2 of these little.
You can also shoot 4 arrows if you want. I'm fine with that.
No, I wrote down 20 in my quiver, so I don't know if that was smart or not. But
you have some time to recover your 4 arrows or 5 arrows if you want.
And then after that run, I stop and take cover and see if there's any other movement on the site or coming towards me.
Nothing to be seen.
Okay, then I guess I'll head up to the site, to the anchor site.
Game Master, note to Game Master, pick tougher enemies.
Don't.
Or
Don't listen to him, Game Master.
Don't listen to the Game Master. If it's clear, I'll report back on channel 17.
Go ahead. Report back.
Anchor 2 is secure. No enemies. No enemy contact left. You should probably send down a new squad to secure it, to hold it. Because I need to go. I need to continue recon.
Some static on the line, and then you hear a deep, roaring, familiar laugh on the other end. Ha! I knew it when I brought you along. You'd come in handy at one point, Ravenna. Good job on clearing that. Please secure the area. And when you're done, report back, because I'll probably have something else for you to do. Thanks for taking care of that. We're a bit pressed for resources. Things are worse than we expected. Keep an eye out, because the number of demons that have surged out and engaged us here is 10 times the resistance we expected to encounter. You hear
a target-rich environment. Rafa, you know how to show a girl a good time. That's a target-rich environment. Hey, are there any friendly assets in the area I can link up with?
Hang on a second. You hear some chatter on the background. There are no assets in the area. Everyone's tied up at Anchor 3 and Anchor 5 at the moment.
Okay, I'll just secure this area and see if I can find any useful things. So then I think I'll recover any arrows I can. I would like to grab the dog tags of any of the dead soldiers at this site. Anything else?
They put up a serious fight. The earth all around the hillock is scorched. It seems like they sent out a wall of fire. Lightning has struck left and right. There are arrows. You wade through ankle deep through demon ichor. I mean, there are like I guess you would know them. You would know them to be kind of dredge-like demons, like the lowest level, kind of like fodder for fights like these, like strewn everywhere. 2 or 3 larger hitters around, but they did get over the defensive structures, and even though the squad put up a brave fight, they all perished. Miserably and horribly, as far as you can tell, in the effort. Including the mages, which is a big loss.
Oof. Once I collect any dog tags, I'm not going to worry about equipment. I'd like to actually set up my position back at that boulder so I'm not in the site where people are expecting me. And I'll keep an eye out on the landscape for any friendlies I can link up with.
Certainly. In the meantime, about 300 meters further to the south of this anchor.
Oh, I mean, I move south. I move south to set up a spot.
No, you don't. You move there. That's fine. You a little red-skinned, slightly horned, winged creature hops along aside a fairly interestingly dressed gnome, and about 3 meters behind them walks a rather sizable halfling with a huge sword strung across its back. Well, I sure wonder what's going on all over there. Sounds like a lot of noise and fighting, if you ask me. Radnox says to Fitzroy. Fitzroy, can you please tell us what we see when we see Fitzroy?
Fitzroy is a short-looking gnome dressed in tweed.
You need to do something to your mic.
Let's see if this is... Not hearing me at all?
It's choppy.
Oh, okay.
Can you just unplug it, plug it, and unplug it? Is it plugged in properly here?
Hello, IT. Have you tried turning it off and on again? We don't hear anything. You're on mute.
You're still muted.
You're muted.
There you go. How's that?
Yeah, that's much better. So, who do we see?
So you see a short, even for a gnome figure dressed in tweed with a kilt of some kind, walking along with a yellow bow tie, seemingly complaining about a hole that he's got in his jacket, mostly oblivious to whatever is going on around him because he has a hole in his tweed jacket. And that's the most important thing right now.
All right. Are you engaged in the conversation with Radnox, or is he talking to himself?
I'm mostly ignoring him, but Pharamond was asking us to explain what was going on. So I'm trying desperately to explain that we're heading to Goldmeadows because there's some things that smart people need to do there. You'll be fine if you just come along with us.
Who are you talking to?
To Pharamond.
Oh, you're not talking to Radnox?
I am ignoring Radnox completely. Yes.
All right. Pharamond. Who do we see?
So King Pharamond the Mighty is a mighty halfling. He's wearing golden scaled armor. In the past, he had tried painting it black, but the paint just doesn't hold. And on his back, as mentioned, is a ridiculously gigantic sword. He also, in the meantime, had slipped on some kind of ring which gives him an aura of power. So if he didn't stand out enough until now, he stands out even more. It's almost as if he's carrying a sign saying, "Notice me." And he is trying to understand from this gnome here. I know why I'm going to Goldmeadows. Why I meant to go to Goldmeadows. And yeah, I understand why we're all going, but it would still help to hear you say it in your own words. Just to make sure we're on the same wavelength.
Yeah, maybe this is not such a good gesture to be making on camera.
What? What am I?
Just you can watch it in the replay. That's fine.
Okay. It doesn't make like the camera effects or anything, right?
No,
Okay.
thank goodness.
Well, your attempts to distract me are not going to work.
Look, I've told you before. I'm in the middle of an investigation. It's an important investigation. I've been sent here. I just need to finish one thing with the little red pig thing, and then I can go home. And I can get a new jacket that doesn't have a hole in it. That's all I need.
What's that red pig he keeps talking about?
The red pig speaks again. Radnox, how far are we from Goldmeadows?
Oh, look at that! And kind of Radnox just kind of like swivels in the air. He's hovering at this point, and as your eyes involuntarily actually follow its finger, you see a creature taking flight from somewhere in the distance, not too far in the distance, judging by the shape and size of it, coursing up. And then Radnox says, "Ooh, he's going to be in trouble." And lightning starts to erupt alongside a flying griffin that seems to be headed back up to this huge flying city that appeared in the sky not too long ago. You see the griffin kind of swivel left, right, dodge, bob, weave, go down again, go back up, until a huge thunderclap followed by a rainstorm of lightning, just like lightning everywhere for a moment. And then you're blind for a second. You're blinking. Make a perception check, both of you. Just roll with your wisdom, please.
And level?
And level.
Yeah, and then let me know what the rolls are.
9.
15.
15. It takes you a while to see, to look, and you can't quite see, but then Radnox says, "Oh, lucky bastard, look there, he made it." And you see this griffin just kind of like emerge from these blinding lights and swoop up to this city. You were saying? Radnox turns to you.
Well, I guess this is better than Goldmeadows, obviously. Except the lightning and the rain and flying things. But maybe we should talk to the people in the big ship. Maybe they know what's going on.
Right. I'm sure we can find a way up there at some point.
It's kind of far, though.
Well, we're quite small.
No, we're not.
For taller people, sure we are. I'm very small.
Well, I mean, you're a little small, but not much shorter than me.
Much shorter. Much. It's a statement of pride. Thank you. I am a short person. Anyway, I need a tailor. So we should head on. Do we hear any sounds around us, or other than
At this
big
moment, you are
storm?
just moving towards Goldmeadows.
Okay.
You don't hear any sounds. Anything else you want to discuss or do before we move on?
Nope.
No.
I
Okay,
still
can
didn't
both-
get a clear answer from you.
Exactly.
You know what?
Alright.
Here's a deal. I can fix that hole for you.
Oh.
Yes, I am very talented. And while I do that, if you'll please hand me your jacket, I'll take that as I happily hand him the jacket.
Oh no, that is I do not helpfully hand him the jacket.
Okay, no problem. I reach for the hole, and I'm starting to fuss around with it. And as I do that, I'm talking and saying, "Yeah, so not exactly."
No, it's just two jackets.
No, I kind of try pinching the edges of the hole, and tying them together. You know, It's like grabbing them and trying to make a knot.
And surrounded
Okay, well,
by
make
morons.
make a sleight of hand check. So that would be dexterity. Do you have any? I'll say the DC on this is 25. And do you have any background that might help you with this?
Okay, I better because otherwise there's no way I'm making a 25. Not that I had much hope of succeeding. Perhaps as a hunter, I did tie traps.
Oh yeah,
And I have
actually, yeah,
some
and
rope.
you'd be used to skinning and kind of like, yeah, sure.
Yes,
It's-
yes.
It doesn't entirely translate to a tweed jacket, but sure, why not? Go ahead and give it a roll.
Okay, that's a natural 5. So yeah, well, plus 8.
So please describe how badly you, how well you mend Fitzroy's jacket, please.
I tie it too tight. I sometimes forget my own strength. The good news is there's no hole. The bad news is, was this on the sleeve or just along the side?
It was on the sleeve. Yes.
Okay, there is no hole, but there is not much sleeve either.
There's no hole for my hand. Yes. Okay.
Oh, there's a big hole. I mean, there's the hole your hand comes out. Your arm.
So where does a sleeve kind of end now at this point?
I think it's like just above the elbow.
Oh, lovely.
Oh,
What's the color of your shirt, Fitzroy?
Gold's
What's the
gone.
pattern on it?
it was also tweed, but a different type of tweed.
Oh, lovely.
But isn't Fitzroy a knight of the thread? I mean,
Yes.
no problem, right? So
Not that kind of thread. This was hand woven by artisans in the overworld. What have you done? Oh, I hope I don't meet someone who I know. This will be embarrassing. Oh, and I will storm off like a petulant child.
Wait, you still haven't explained what we're doing here.
Exactly.
All right, since the little one is not going to tell you everything, I misplaced the soul. He figured it out, and now we need to kind of set it right before my boss gets angry and his boss gets angry. That's the short of it. The problem is the soul is wherever those nasty things are coming from, apparently.
That's what I said. I'm here on official business. Ah,
Okay, and that explains the dome.
No,
the dome is a different issue. Think of it as a series of challenges. This is something that you would feel accustomed to. It's a series of challenges that you must get past until you beat the final challenge, and then the final challenge is beaten, and we all win. And then maybe you get like a cake or something. I don't know. What do you people do? Get cakes? Oh, now I'm hungry. Okay.
Well then, let's beat the challenge.
Okay. Perfect. Challenge number 1. Who can not speak for the next 5 minutes?
as you walk in silence.
Oh, that's one of my it's one of my Aunt Minnie's favorites.
As you walk on in silence, you crest a small rise, and in the distance, indeed, you see a beam projected up into the sky, and something very strange. That beam seems to be emanating from an oval-shaped stone that seems to be set straight up at the top of that rise, in somewhat of a Fitzroy, what looks like a fortified position. Pharamond, you immediately notice this looks odd. This looks like kind of like a capture the fort kind of game situation set up at the top of that hill.
We have to gamify everything.
With 4 round kind of boulders or bollards set up around this oval stone that seem to be feeding energy, kind of like beaming into the center one that projects this massive beam upwards. And just as you make it to the top of that rise, you see a huge hulking figure first reach down, grab someone out from a trench there, lob off their head before, in the next moment, they crumple to the ground with their axe kind of stuck to their face. You see 4 other creatures running around, kind of pounding on one of these, let's call them batteries, for this structure. Before suddenly, one by one, they seem to be getting picked off, like chick, 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 and they all just drop to the earth and disappear from the distance where you're at. It looks very, very odd, and then everything goes quiet. What do you want to do?
Do we see if there was someone else there? We see them fall, but do we see anyone else?
You do not.
Magic.
Ha! You lost.
Oh.
He has a point.
Oh, now I'm even more angry than before.
Yeah.
It's all right.
You hear Radnock snickering in the background.
Okay.
It takes courage to admit defeat, my little friend.
I know. You called me little, so I'm slightly happier. Okay. Well, I'm very interested by this battery thing, but I also don't want to die. So maybe scope it out a little bit. Is there somewhere to get around to the other side? Maybe see if there's someone there or something there.
Do you think this light killed those creatures?
Maybe. Quick, run up to it and check.
That would be stupid.
Okay.
No,
yeah,
let's.
True.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's someone around.
All right. You're going to try and see if there's anyone around. How do you go about that? Do you both help, or is this just Fitzroy? What's the plan here?
Let's go opposite directions.
Oh, good plan.
Split the party.
Split the party. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have. Okay. Sure.
Just stay within sight. We'll scope it from either direction, and then we'll either meet at the other end or meet
Who goes
back
left?
here.
Who goes right?
I'm going to the right.
And I'm going to the left. My plan is to walk very, very slowly so that Faramond goes almost all the way around.
Okay.
Where
Where
does
does-
Radnox
Sparta?
go? Radnox trails along with Fitzroy
Oh God,
at
why?
the moment. I don't like rushing.
No. Yeah.
All right, Faramond, since you're going all in. How do you want to make this sweep? Describe it for me. What are you doing? What are you looking for? How are you going about this? So you have to imagine you're closing the distance probably to this thing, anywhere between 100 and you're anywhere between 100 meters of it from where you're starting. So
Right. I don't want to get too close. I don't know what killed those creatures. It might be this weird light thing coming out of the big rock, or maybe these batteries. So I'm going to get a little closer and then start circling, and I don't know what I'm looking for. So I'm just going not as slow as Fitzroy is, but I am just spending a bit more effort on looking than on moving ahead. I'd say I do that for about a minute until I start getting bored. I still move, but as I go along, I kind of am losing it. My attention is just dissipating.
why don't you go ahead and make a kind of like a scouting check, so to speak, against the DC of 25.
Oh, goodness gracious! This is wisdom again.
You tell me which of your stats you want to use, wisdom or intelligence.
Intelligence
and which
is better.
background? Sorry, what? Which
intelligence
background
is
you want
better.
you want to use?
Is
Wait, you're
Hunter
more
relevant
intelligent
again?
than you are wise, Fairmont? Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he's not stupid. He just doesn't pay it. Just
Okay. He
don't
just gets
bother
bored. He gets bored
paying
halfway around the
attention.
circle, and yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
he's
roll.
got an attention problem. Can I add my hunter background again?
Sure.
Because I am.
Yeah. Why? Give me a story.
Well, this is
This is 13th age. You're supposed to provide me with stories about why you want to do things. Go on.
okay. There was this one time.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, sure. Tell me.
yeah.
3 hours later.
Enlighten us. Hunting tales with King Pharamond the Mighty.
I think you should
let
narrate
me
them as
just
he
turn
walks
on
around.
the campfire sound. All right, go ahead. Yeah, tell me.
Well, there was one day we went hunting for shalas as pets, not as pelts. And we had some in traps. And by the time we went back, when we went to see if the traps had snared any, and the traps were all broken. And Hrothgar was claiming that the shalas chewed their way out, but that didn't make sense from what we know of shalas. And we spent some decent time looking for whatever it was that released the shalas. And eventually we did find it, even though we didn't know what we were looking for. Right, we didn't know if the shalas had chewed their own way out of the trap or if something had broken them out. And it was a bit of a sad story because the shalas didn't make it. It was dire wolves.
That story was
Yeah.
dire.
Apparently, when this little
Well-
creature is held in a
Well-
snare and it's squealing out in fright,
Like
and
3
can't get away.
years of once upon a time there was, and every day, and then one day, and like here we go, just like Right, amazing. Dire wolves, yes.
Narrating
can-
this as he walks around the circle.
exactly, and you can add your your whatever hunter background to the roll. DC still 25.
yeah. As I'm reminiscing about these poor shalas and the poor kids who didn't end up getting any pets, I did whittle one of the bones. I made like a little toy out of it, but I didn't tell them where I got it.
Generally, people don't kill Shala because they're considered holy animals, but I'll leave it up to you to decide whether your halfling tribe
didn't
abides
kill
by
them.
that tradition or
No.
not.
The dire wolves killed them.
The
dire wolves killed them. Okay, good.
Yeah,
Okay,
they were
okay,
eaten
good.
by wolves.
Oh,
He
okay.
promises.
Yeah, I just found a bone that was left over. And while I'm reminiscing about this sad story, I roll a 16 and I'm just daydreaming.
You rolled a 16 plus.
Well, no, I'm saying with the plus, it's a total of 16.
So Ravenna,
Yep.
at one point, this very strange looking. First you see the hilt of a sword. Then you see the top of the sword. And only then you see a head and quite a stout figure kind of marching past maybe 25 meters away from you, right between basically your hiding spot and the anchor. And he seems to be looking around, but he also seems to be somewhat lost in thought as he's fidgeting with what seems to be a bone charm that he's holding in his hands. Looks like a formidable person or creature. You're not sure what to make of it at this moment.
Okay, so I'm saying it's armor, like a short armored person with a big sword,
Yeah.
but not with the rest of a unit, right? And just kind of poking around,
It's just walking around.
and not approaching the shield. I think I'm just going to keep. I am looking for friendly assets, but I kind of want to just see if he's got a unit with him or what he's looking for before I reveal myself. So I'm just going to stay in hiding. I guess I'm back at the boulder at this point, just observing the.
That's what you said, right? That's where you went
Yeah,
back,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
I thought they might have seen me up in the center when I was collecting dog tag or something like that. But so I'm out at the boulder now. Yeah, in that case, I'm just gonna keep observing, watch for anyone following him. Oh, that's a good one. if he's poking around, if this guy's poking around a little aimlessly, chances are something else will eventually start following him. So I think I'm just going to keep an eye and observe for a little bit, and see if something else comes along.
All right. You rolled a 16, right, Paramount?
Yeah.
Okay. Ravenna, can you just roll a kind of like a general scouting or observation check to see
Okay.
what you discover?
Yeah, I maybe foolishly, but I didn't activate my chameleon armor, which would have been useful for better hiding out here in the middle of nowhere. I rolled a 16 plus. I think if it's a general hunting sort of thing, right, or tracking,
Scouting.
I've got a background called tracker, which is my background as it's a class talent. That I'm a very good experienced tracker, have been out in battlefields and bad conditions, tracking, chasing people down. Would you let me add that in this situation?
Yeah, sure.
That would make it 21 plus any ability modifiers I get.
Yeah, so would you use wisdom or intelligence for this?
Let's use wisdom, which puts it at +0 for a 21. I don't get to add level, right? So no.
I don't know. Check
Yeah,
your cheat
cool.
sheet.
Well, on skill checks, I think you only add
Check
modifier,
the,
right?
Ability modifier plus the number of points from the relevant background. Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't get a level.
Cool.
So 21. Yeah.
21. Amazing. Something's moving way off in the distance relative to you. Goldmeadows is northwest. This one is tracking up from the south, like the anchor is south. This one's tracking around. Off to the west here, something's moving in the distance.
Like towards
Not
the
really
anchor,
sure.
or
Can't tell. You can just see something's moving.
okay. Well, I guess what I wanted to do was observe and see if this guy is with anything or something's chasing him. So I'll keep observing.
He doesn't seem to notice anything moving in the distance.
Okay.
Seems to be lost in
But
thought.
I can't tell if the thing in the distance is an enemy or not, right?
Nope. No, that.
And I didn't see any like insignia on this guy, on this small armored figure.
His armor.
Like,
can you just describe your armor for us, Fairmont?
Yeah, it's golden. It's scales. It's scale shaped. It's scale armor. It does have a bit of black paint still in between the scales where the paint didn't flake off yet. I will remind also that I have this glowing aura.
Aura.
It's not. It doesn't. It's just. I wouldn't say that you see it, but it's palpable. There's like this aura of authority.
Okay. Then
But
I'll.
I
think then that's a good moment.
You've seen a lot of armor in your time. No, you said you're just going to be observing, so I'm going to move on.
Yeah.
But you've seen a lot of armor in your time, but dragon scale armor, now that's usually reserved for like the elites. Like this is not like regular infantry armor. Dragon scale armor is, either heritage or reserved for the.
Okay. So this is somebody I probably want to. This is probably somebody I should get to know and maybe ask them to help me guard the thing. But you said I'm observing for now, so
avoid in a fight. You're not sure.
Or avoid in a fight. Yes, exactly. So I'm gonna take a. Yep. Good.
Fitzroy. In the meantime, going around the other side with the Radnox in tow. Tell me what's happening there.
So I'm trying to keep an eye out and trying to also. My eye keeps drifting back to these glowing batteries. I'm trying desperately to figure out. I wonder how that works.
Oh, you know how that works.
Oh, I know how that works.
That's easy
perfect.
for Fitzroy. That is these bollards that are placed in the X-cross guard around the anchor. They are basically drawing on the A-train forces that permeate everything, right? That's in your veins. Gives life, energy, growth. They are basically hovering that up in vast quantities, and feeding that, concentrating that into this stone that has been programmed, I guess would be the way to say it, to transform that energy, which can be anything, into a containment field. It's relatively straightforward, sturdy, a basic application of magic. Not very fancy, very robust, and seems like a makeshift solution made up by mages who were in a hurry and strapped for resources.
Well, I'm in that case, I am casually and quietly explaining to Radnox how this works for no other reason than
Yeah,
to
like
prove that
I
I'm
don't know how
smarter.
magic works. Like,
No,
what's
no.
wrong with you?
I'm sorry, I didn't think that you were capable of holding such information in your tiny little brain and not paying attention
He kind
where I'm
of
working.
hovers around you and then sets his legs down. And at this point, you see that the size differential of his head cranium versus it's really it's really skewed. Like he has a huge head on a very tiny body, but then with very long limbs. Like if he stands up, he's probably twice your size. But most of the mass seems to be centered in and around his head.
You have a huge head. And then
Thank
I carry on walking.
Point of pride. Oh, do you like my horns? Kind of
No.
spits, cleans one of his horns a bit. Anything else you want to discuss with him?
I'm carry on walking around.
I'll say this though, as a game master, I can't help you solve a mystery if
I don't answer questions.
you don't talk to the creature that might have the clues. I'm just saying.
It's like so we need to get to Goldmeadows, but I think that it's quite evident that we need help here. So the
Are you
people
talking to him now?
Yeah, I'm talking to him now. Yeah, so the people who set up
Look,
the
my,
barrier.
you got chatty all of a sudden.
Well, your head is bigger than I thought it was, so maybe you can help. So play nice, and maybe there'll be some people around here who can help us to get all the way to Goldmeadows, because I don't think we're going to get there.
So much trouble. He starts to cry.
Oh God!
What?
He just starts to wail and kind of like
This is
like
what
rub his eyes and just like turns away. He's like, oh shit, I'm in so much trouble. Oh.
Calm down. We're solving the problem. Calm down. Do you want me to call your mummy? No?
You're not
Okay.
going to be turned into devil smush if you don't fix the problem. I am.
At this point, I think we might turn into demon dinner. So maybe we can just, put a smile on, hold it together, keep your shit together until we're in Goldmeadows and we can
Do
figure
you
out
have a
what's going on.
spell called calm emotions or anything? No.
I can do like a
Or are you
small-
banking on your charisma in this case?
oh god no. my -1 charisma. No. I'll do I don't know, like a minor illusion of something that I think he might like. Like,
All right, what do you think he might like?
I don't know, like a puppy being tortured or something. I don't know. Just
A
I
shala
will
being eaten
remind
by a
everyone
direwolf.
who's viewing that this is a
PG
human-friendly podcast, and we don't torture puppies or any
No.
other animals on the podcast.
Papachalas. No, it's an illusion of
it's
one.
an illusion. No. But okay, maybe just someone who looks like him, but is
Relaxing on a beach.
patting him on the head and saying it's okay, it's okay.
Okay, go ahead, make a what's your magic? What's your spellcasting modifier? Charisma? Intelligence. Oh, and his sound's gone again.
Hey, sorry,
Yeah.
is that better?
Yeah, that's better. What's
Right.
your spellcasting?
My mod is intelligence. So
Okay, go ahead.
mod,
make a roll.
mod
DC
and level
DC 20.
and level, or just mod? Oh, it's just mod, right? No, it's an 8.
13. You
Yeah.
conjure up what you think might be an appeasing image. Is it an illusion? What is it?
It's minor illusion. So
It's
it's
a
just
minor
like
illusion.
it's just an illusion of either a smell or a vision or something like that.
But you can't seem to get the shape and size of the figure just right, so it just kind of morphs into, you know how you have clouds that kind of look like a giant head and then a ship and then something else? So the illusion just kind of like comes apart there as you're conjuring it. Radnox looks at you confused. What are you doing?
Nothing. Just turn it off.
All right. Make an observation check. Just take a look around, please, at this point.
Okay, intelligence, I guess, again.
Whatever you want. Do you have any
Yes.
background you want to add to this?
I am a member of the administration who spends a majority of his time sitting behind a desk filling out forms.
Definitely not.
Absolutely do not. But let me tell you a story about how once I tried to trap a... No, I have nothing here. 10 in total. So
10 in total. Yeah, but it seems like a quiet night as far as you're concerned. You can see Pharamond kind of rounding. Your strategy seems to have worked. You see Pharamond kind of rounding and closing in on you ahead at this point. Is there anything you want to discuss with Radnox? He seems to have calmed down slightly at this point.
okay. What do you think's the best way for us to get to Goldmeadows from here? Right, it seems to be the
Just
source
walk
of
that way.
everything.
And he
Okay,
points to like the
the town,
the burning city over
the
there.
burning city. Yes. So you think the best way is for us to just walk into town directly without taking a secure route? Okay.
Yeah, I have the feeling the gates are going to be open. People are going to be pouring out come light up, which is going to be soon.
Okay. Okay. Well then, yeah. Let's just keep heading in that direction. Then I'll kind of wave to Pharamond as he's coming around the corner.
Or
Ah, Fitzroy.
have you forgotten my boss is there, and you remember the shadow warrior that you more or less contended with for a little bit.
Oh, I haven't forgotten that he's there. Yes. But that seems more like your problem than my problem.
Look, all right, we just need to find whoever did whatever to my contract, all right? And then we're gonna jam that one back into his body, and I'm gonna take the contract, cross his name off it, and I'm gonna go back and wait for the other one to die.
Sorry, I physically laugh at this point. Okay. Okay.
That's his plan. That's
his
Radnox's
plan.
plan. That's his plan. Yes.
Any chance I'm able to hear this conversation?
No,
going
not
on?
where you are. No, they're
Okay,
like on the other
too bad.
side of the
Okay.
bouldering in. At this point, Fitzroy, Pharamond. From the pasture off to the west, so to speak, you suddenly become aware of a group of shadows racing and bouldering towards you in a hurry. And as you turn towards what seems to be an onslaught of creatures, you see two rather large creatures lumbering forward with huge, whether it's a hammer or a mallet or something else, or a huge club in hand, red eyes, their darkness kind of consuming whatever faint dawn light is starting to light up the day around them. And they are surrounded by smaller creatures, which are still quite large compared to you, that are tumbling and even hopping and flying forward. And at this point, Radnox says, "Oh shit, That's where I need you all to roll initiative, please.
Baramond, you made too much noise.
I assume I'm also in range
You
to
are
observe
also,
this,
yes,
right?
you see this as well, and I need you to roll initiative.
And it's obvious that they're about to be attacked, which means these guys are on my side at the moment. So, okay.
I point at them. I found something. 23.
Hang on a second.
Whoa, 23. Nice.
Yeah, my best roll.
22. So I'm after Fairmont.
All right, hang on. Fitzroy, what did you roll?
10. Oh, yeah.
Ravenna?
22.
Faramond?
23.
All right,
Spot the other one.
Faramond. You see these huge creatures lumbering forward, but rushing out ahead of them are a whole bunch. Like you count probably like 20 or 30. Like this is like a small army that is rushing forward. Tell me, what do you do at this point? Right at the three of you. And Fitzroy and Radnox are probably around maybe 20 meters away from you. I will consider that nearby, so you could close the distance in movement. But there is space here. The anchor is behind you, that beam. There are some bushes, there are some boulders, there's a broken little fence and gate. There are different kind of things that you would expect in meadowland at this point, and it's uneven land. So what do you want to do?
Ooh, this is just like with the kobolds. I know from experience that I will do better getting them one by one. Not because I can't fight them at once, but because these creatures tend to go in different directions. Where would be the best choke point where I can,
the choke
no-
point, you might look back up at the anchor and maybe somewhere between the fortifications, but you'd have to move all the way back out of harm's way to get there.
right, and I still don't know what killed those other creatures. It might have been the light. Did these creatures notice me?
They seem to be headed straight for you with the intent to kill you, yes.
Towards me. Okay. 20 of them. And they are nearby right now?
Mm-hmm. Chop, decide. Come on.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm declaring myself unstoppable, which means that if I hit, I get to use a recovery because I haven't used up a recovery from last turn. I'm missing some hit points from last game. And if there's nothing that can give me a strategic advantage nearby, can I stand behind like
what kind of advantage are you looking for?
I'm going to be fighting a lot of these guys, and I don't want to get overwhelmed. Not that they can overwhelm me, but still. So if I don't know if I can like hop behind the fence or something.
You want
and get
like
a bit
some
of
sort
cover.
of high ground, or what? Or you want to hide behind something?
I actually hit better from lower down, right? I'm small. I'm efficient. It makes me harder to hit. But if I can get like half behind the fence or something.
All right, yeah, sure. There's an old little like one of those cobblestone kind of like crumbled walls there that you can dive behind nearby.
Oh, but then I can't. But then I can't. And then can I attack any of them? From that.
Well, you want to hide or you want to attack them? What do you want?
I don't want to hide. I want to just have some kind of cover to give me a bit more defense.
So he's not totally overwhelmed, right? So he's not totally
I don't remember.
swarmed and attacked from all sides.
Do you have an ability for that, or are we just
no
wishful thinking here that we want to hide and get
I'm
like half
thinking-
cover.
I'm thinking Dungeons and Dragons half cover.
Yeah, no.
Does
So
that
so
not
what do
exist?
you do? You can hide, or you can jump into the middle of it. What do you want to do? It's like
I'm
the
not
last thing we're
hiding.
going to do tonight. So you decide.
I am not hiding. They see me already. I can't hide. So I'm declaring unstoppable so that if I hit, I can use a recovery.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm swinging Scorevac.
All right.
Scoreback.
So why don't you describe Scoreback for us as you rush forward?
So Scorevac is that gigantic sword behind my back. And in one fluid motion, I pull it off my back and I swing it in a maneuver called the crazed hummingbird has entered the chicken house. Which is very it's
So much better
self-explanatory.
than Harold's movie.
Ravenna has seen this one million times before. It goes by different names in Breachwatch. Indeed. And are you targeting the big ones or the smaller ones in the
I thought the
vanguard?
big ones are further behind.
Yeah, so the smaller ones, all right. So you're
Yeah, I'm
jumping
going first.
right into the middle, like Aragon and Gimli on the bridge of Helm's
Yes.
Deep. Yeah, okay, very good. Go
Yes.
ahead, make your attack, please. You need to hit a 17.
Oh, blasted. I should have raged. Oh, man. No, I missed. I got a total of 13.
Excuse me.
A total of 13.
Okay. You jump into the middle of them, swing that sword, and it just lands like in the dirt. Dirt sprays up. Fitzroy, you see this. Radnox goes, oh, crap. And that's it.
Yeah.
Anything else you can do on your turn? Any abilities? Anything?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
All right. Ravenna,
All right.
you held
I
your
pull-
breath for a second, and then nothing happened. What do you do?
I made
I
an
think
entrance.
I'm gonna try and take down one of those big folks. That works very well with my first pull out, and I'm gonna use my belt of keen blades on that first arrow and call a
So what's the
favored
crit
target.
range then?
Lethal. The crit range is now gonna be. You're
14?
gonna love this. So no 20 minus 2 for the favorite enemy, 2 for the lethal hunter, and 2 for the
Yeah, so 14.
keen blades for 14.
14. Okay, go ahead and roll.
19 plus
19.
any 2 hits. So yes, that's a crit. However, that's 5d6 plus 8, so it's 38 times the crit range on one of the big ones.
Yeah, you need to declare double shot before you roll. So this was a double shot.
Double range is sort of a default in the
Yeah,
rules.
so
it says
your
it's by
default,
on.
you're always
Yeah,
shooting
default
double
on
range.
unless I say otherwise. Yeah.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
All right. So might or mercy?
I just want to do the same trick with the axe right to its forehead.
This one. All right. Yep. Again.
Or does it have a mallet? Does it
Fitz-
have a mallet attached pinned to its forehead now?
Fitzroy, Pheromond, you see again this creature now just like this. Its weapon kind of slams into its own face and it crumbles to the ground. But this time you see clearly an arrow stuck in its gullet as it drops down.
And it seems to be a good moment to use my double ranged attack as the champion feat. I can use it on an odd attack roll. So let's do it now.
And who are you attacking with the second attack?
I'm gonna go for the. Let's just go for the other big one.
Okay, and do you transfer? Can you? Well, hang on before you do anything.
Yeah.
So it's the favorite enemy.
Yeah, favorite enemy.
Yeah, and then do
Lethal
you get
Hunter
to
is
use?
lost. It was just once.
Okay, that's
per
once.
battle.
And do you get to use that belt again? No.
I would say no.
Okay.
It seems to be written that it's once per. It gets applied once per battle.
Okay, once per battle.
still-
All right. So then it's 18. Yeah.
But still, you're gonna love this with the 18. I actually managed. Oh, it's on Blur. I actually rolled an 18, so I get another crit on these big guys.
Amazing.
Apparently, I'm really good
Alright.
with these big bruisers.
These the second.
I'm sorry,
the
this
second
feels
one,
very
same.
broken.
No, not at all. Same thing. The weapon slams into their face, an arrow protruding from their gullet, and they
Yeah.
drop down.
Yes.
Anything else you want to do, Ravenna? Anything else you want to
I'm gonna say, get to the fortifications.
The voice shouts out from the darkness somewhere. You have no idea who's shouting at you.
Yeah.
Pheromone
woman's
is in
voice.
the middle of everything. And Fitzroy, you hear a woman shouting in the distance, "Get to the fortifications!"
Get to the fortifications around the anchor.
All right,
Okay.
Ravenna, anything else you want to do? Is that your turn?
Yeah, I mean, I could move, right? Actually, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
going to move towards the fortifications. Why not?
All right, you
Yeah.
dash across to the fortifications. You are now
Yeah.
by the anchor amidst the mess. Let's see, that's Ravenna. All right, Fitzroy, the 20 creatures around you. Pharamond, the 20 creatures around you.
Oh boy.
So this is going to take a while. Let's see. The first one rolls a 16 against AC.
Misses.
Misses. All right. The second one rolls a 9 against the AC.
Misses.
All right. A 11 against the AC.
Misses.
A 27 against AC.
I am going to invoke my racial power of evasive.
Nice.
Okay. To avoid
making
6
this-
points of damage.
I am not going to invoke my racial power of evasive.
Take it like a halfling, man.
I take
6
it.
points of damage.
Ouch.
18 against AC.
Oh, that just hits.
All right. 6 points of damage.
Okay. Oh, that's so much math. 31 minus 12.
Minus 6, minus 6. That is 23 points, 23 against AC.
That misses. That hits. That hits.
That hits. Okay, another 6 points of damage. You can evade at some point if you want, by the way, I'm just saying.
Yeah, yeah. I could still afford to take hits.
All right, 23 against AC.
That hits.
6 points of damage.
Hang on.
A
That's
24, 25 against AC.
That hits.
I'll change die. All right.
I'm down to 1 hit point.
And a 27 against AC.
Now I am using evasive with
Okay.
my 1 remaining hit point, and I can do this once per battle. They have to re-roll the attack, and they have a -2 penalty.
How many hit points did you start off with?
31.
Hmm.
Yeah, I hadn't healed up from from last game.
Hadn't we
Mistakes
said
were
that you
made.
Could
were
he
just
have
like-
used a recovery in the
Hadn't we-
interim?
Hadn't we just said
I
that
probably
you
should
were
have.
you were using recoveries to bring yourself back to max while you were walking and talking?
I
end of last game?
assumed
Didn't
I would
we say
have,
that?
but yes,
I think
we did.
were you at full hit points, Fitzroy?
I was at 45 out of 56, so
Oh, so you didn't heal up. All right, no, so then you're where you're at. Okay, so you're at 1 hit point or what?
1 hit point.
Okay, two
my
more
God.
attacks to go.
Wait, 2
that's
more?
A 12. Yeah, that's a 12 against
Oh,
AC.
That misses.
I'm being nice because I said there were 30 of them. I can do
I
this
thought you
for a
said
while.
20.
Well, like also
And-
he, yeah.
10 against AC. So
That misses.
those last two misses. Are you still on your feet?
Yeah, I got 1 hit point.
All right.
wow.
Fitzroy,
I'm
it's
like
your
a-
turn.
Drum taking beatings.
Yeah, like they're just like washing, like for a moment, like Pheromone just disappears in this wave of darkness and shadow. And then he emerges kind of swaying on his feet as this first wave of these enemies have kind of washed over him and are now headed for you, Fitzroy.
I'm leaning on Skorovac.
Okay, so they're not around me yet.
They're headed for you. You were like
Okay.
10 meters apart, I think.
Okay.
This woman was
Uh,
screaming in the background, something weird.
So have they gone past Pheromond?
Yeah, let's just say that they're like like the wave just washed over him.
Okay, then I will start backing up towards the sound of the voice that said behind the barricades as I gain my focus. I guess the question is, do I get opportunity attacks?
Well, they haven't
they-
attacked you or moved by you, right?
Okay, so yeah, then I'll start to get my focus as I get behind the barricades.
They haven't engaged with you. Okay, so you're moving. You're using your movement to kind of get out of the way. Right. You find, who does he find, Ravenna, at the anchor at the barricades when he gets there?
Okay. You see you find a gray skinned you find an elven ranger woman with her bow strung and with her bow pulled back as she's just getting ready to fire arrow after arrow, with kind of grayish white hair in a shock around, like in a slightly long ragged cut around her head, and kind of dark gray skin under yeah. And she looks very happy to see you up. Like, come on in. And who's your friend down there? And then, but do I see this demon with you? Is this a demon? Is Radnik a demon with you?
I don't know if he's with me. It's not.
Okay.
You know, but
I'll say, come on in. Who's your friend down there?
I think Pharamond. Yes, I think he's the one with the big sword and the small brain. And my other friend. Yes, he's fine. Just later.
Okay.
Let's
Ravenna would
kill
know
these
the
things.
difference between a demon and a devil.
Okay,
categories.
so I see a devil out there. Okay, then I'll say, let's
So you
talk.
see
More
a-
shooting.
You see a servant of the tyrant would be more accurate.
Mhm.
Okay, so not my
So
favorite kind of person, but-
categorically, they're devils, but the devils is not a
Yeah.
term in the world, right?
So that sounds like kind of the opposite of my bright hammer, but not like mortal enemy on sight.
You know,
and
the
sort of
tyrant
thing.
is the lord of the underworld.
Oh, okay. Whoa, this is getting interesting. Okay, good. But I don't have any actions yet. It's Fitzroy's action other than running. I don't know what and talking to me what Fitzroy wants to do.
I am slowly gathering together the threads and gathering my focus, seeing all the parts of the battlefield and the lines that draw them and the possible future events. And
What does that look like?
it looks, you see all of the people on the battlefield, all the things on the battlefield, moving in different ways, kind of ghostly images, as if there's an element of understanding where they may move and the threads that tie them together. And this is all just stuff that I see as I start to pull on these
It gives
threads.
you a bit of vertigo, Ravenna, as you see that unfold.
Yeah. Do I approximately understand like that I'm
No.
seeing
No.
possibilities unfolding, or
No.
okay?
No,
Then I just
no
say,
idea.
I'll say, okay, do your thing, man. Do your thing, guy. I'll cover you.
Also, just to
I-
freak you out,
just-
even more, my shadow appears to be nowhere to be seen because this
That's actually
decided
pretty
it's
freaky.
just
Oh yeah,
decided
because we
not
are
to be with me.
standing. We're
Yeah,
standing
you're
in the
standing
brightness
light.
right now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
no
so
shadow.
that would be noticed. Like, okay, man. Glad you made it, and do your thing. I'll cover you.
All right.
God.
As
I'm used to
you're
to
doing
weird
this,
wizards that I don't understand and just need to be given time to do their thing.
As you're doing this, you see Radnox kind of transform his lean arms suddenly bulge with muscles, and his legs also just explode. Like he goes somewhat Super Saiyan there for a moment. His horns seem to grow for a bit, and his hands turn into claws as he just wades into the wave that washed over Pharamond and starts ripping and laying into them with a vengeance. Top of the round, the escalation die moves to 1. Pharamond, it is your turn. Remember, you can rally. You just need to look up how you can do that. I think you just get it as an action at this stage.
But if he hits something, he gets a rally, right? So it's a tough decision.
And is on mute.
You need to unmute.
It's even harder decision when you're on mute.
Exactly.
Okay, sorry, I had the rules open, so I didn't see the screen.
So what
Yeah,
are you
so
gonna
I
do,
do-
Uri? Yeah.
Let me just check up rally real quick. Once per battle, every PC can use a standard option to rally.
Mm-hmm. So you can use your action to rally, or you can do something else.
Well, I have 1 hit point. So I could probably do
you're
some
saying-
damage.
If you hit, you get to use a recovery, right?
No, that I wasted that
Oh shoot!
with my
Okay.
unstoppable. That was my plan, and I'm like, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna hit, and I did not hit.
Wait, is that how it works? I mean, most things in 13th Age don't work like if you fail to achieve it, you lose it. Usually it's, I would like to do that, and then you don't meet the requirements, so you couldn't do it, but it doesn't mean you can't do it again.
Not unstoppable. Unstoppable is I declare it, and then if I hit, I can use a recovery for free.
And how many times can you declare unstoppable?
Once per battle.
All right.
Okay.
Too bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna rally.
All right.
I'll kill them all next turn. So I use a standard. I use 1 recovery.
So
Okay.
as I
what do you
see
roll?
Pharamond trying to regain his strength, I pull on that thread that I can see to give him some extra motivation to pull himself back up. You get +3 to your recovery, and you get to take a basic attack.
Oh,
Sweet.
So
is
just do your
sweet.
recovery, and then I'll tell you more.
okay. So I do roll the 5.
You see one of these shadows around Vermond actually be skewered by a large demonic spear, and then you see Fitzroy kind of technical issues over there. Then you see Fitzroy kind of wave his little penknife, and then that shadowy silver translucent image of Pharamond being skewered by that spear pops like a bubble. And instead, he rallies.
And
I
fades
rally
back.
for a total of. Okay, so that's 9 plus 9. That's 18 plus 6. That's 24 plus another 3. That's 27 plus 11. That is 38 plus 3. So that is 41, and then plus another 3.
I only give you
Fitzroy's.
+3. So
Right.
yeah.
I was at 41, right? So 44.
44.
So I'm up to 45 hit points.
Okay, and you have a basic attack.
Basic
So I'm like
attack.
leaning. I was leaning on Squareback.
There are vicious-looking, disgusting, grotesque, misformed creatures racing towards you, and those that have just kind of like raced past you and in passing kind of fucked you up. What do you want to attack? The line ahead of you or the line coming for you at the moment?
Wait, the ones ahead of me, meaning the ones that
Or the ones
The
that
ones that are
passed?
now headed for Fitzroy and Ravenna, or the ones that are still coming?
Yeah, I'm gonna get the new ones. I'm gonna have as a free action. I can use a free action, right?
Yeah, it's called
Okay.
free action for a reason.
Yes, it's no, but like, okay, I'm gonna use Building Frenzy,
Oh.
where each miss I get to do another 1d6 damage,
Mm.
and it accumulates every miss.
I would suggest you don't
So
miss.
d6.
Okay, you
There's
get
10 more headed for you. Yeah.
So with the melee attack, you get to use my bonus based on my spell level and my intelligence modifier. So unfortunately, you only get +13 to hit.
Oh, that's even better than my usual. But do I also get a +1 because of my weapon?
Yeah.
So it's a +14 to hit.
Nice.
I mean, the
Yeah.
weapon just transfers, right? I mean, it's what he's swinging with. And then the attack roll is the. So go ahead. And the escalation die is at 1.
Oh, this is sweet. Ah,
So you technically
Okay.
need to roll a 1 or a 2, 1 to miss.
Natural
I rolled a
one, right?
17. no, I rolled a 17.
Now he
plus-
rolls a 17.
plus a million.
All
So
right.
I get to
a
roll all my damage
17.
dice.
So how much damage?
So it's the hit damage is my own, right?
It's your own
That's yours.
damage, yeah.
Okay.
I just guide your hand towards where it needs to be. I don't.
Okay, so that's
I don't roll.
18, 21, 24 plus 8. That's 30, 32 plus 11. So 40, 43. 43 damage.
43. Okay.
Hmm.
In that wave that heads, yeah, go ahead.
After hitting, I would like to use Scoryvac's special ability of adding a basic attack against the second enemy.
I
Okay.
don't think you can use any special abilities
No.
with this. It's just a basic
Okay.
attack. So
Yeah.
I don't think you can do it. Otherwise, it gets a
Okay.
little bit
All right.
too,
All right.
too
All
powerful.
right. All right. All right.
So
Fair
in the cluster of 10 that are headed towards you, you leap forward and you start laying into them. What's the technique you use for this basic attack?
This one is called Sneezing Watermelons. It's not a watermelon that sneezes. It's when you sneeze when you're eating a watermelon. And the
Amazing.
seeds go flying everywhere.
All right, and with that motion, you take out 3 of the 10 that are attacking you, and they seem to now, instead of moving on, converge on you. The remaining 7 in this line headed towards you. That ends your turn, Ravenna. It's your turn. So
I was
Yeah, what?
attacking the newcomers, not those that ran
Yeah.
past me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Ravenna, what you see is down in the field, there is first the line that is attacking you, and that is just barreling forward with the intent to take this hill.
Yep.
Then there is this halfling with the huge sword that regained his stamina and leaped forward and jumped right into the second line, laying into the enemy with an interestingly crude-looking sword technique, killing 3 of them as he takes them out, and now seemingly having become the center of attention of the remaining 7 there. While there are 10 headed right for you, and they are going to
Okay.
close in on you on their
Oh,
next
definitely.
try. So what are you
I
going
know
to do?
I know my job when defending a fortification. He's the tank, and I'm taking out the ones before they get to the wall. So
Okay.
I'm gonna do double range attacks. I'm just gonna start firing arrows as fast as I can
Go
down
ahead, roll
towards
your attack, please.
the range to protect our little sorcerer up here.
AC
what's that?
17.
What is that? That is an 8 plus 9 plus plus the escalation die is 18.
18.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Roll damage, please.
All right. Get some damage. And then that will also, with a natural even roll, that will trigger my second attack. Okay, so that is 8, 12, 16 plus 8 is 24 damage.
Why only 4 die, not 5?
I rolled 4. What was it? And then a 3 and a 1. It was 40. It was 5d6 plus 8.
Okay, so that's how much in total?
Now I got to do the math again. 3, 4, 16, 24.
24.
5d6 plus 8. Yeah. So I got 16 on the 5d6 plus my 8.
All right.
So
you take out 2 on that first round. You take out 2 of
Yeah.
the ones running up. Go ahead and
Great.
roll your
And then
second attack.
pull another arrow out, and not so happy this time. 2. At least it wasn't a critical failure. 12, which is going to miss, I assume. Still does
Okay.
5 miss damage, but
There's 5 miss damage. Doesn't matter. That's not enough to take out one of them.
Okay.
All
all right. Well,
All right.
first hit was good. First
All
time I
right.
missed all night. I'm
So-
not so unhappy with that.
First, Fairmond. The 7 that are standing there are going to lay into you. First attack is an
Bring it
11
on.
to hit. Misses.
Misses.
Second attack is a 20 to hit for 6 damage.
That hits.
Third attack is a 21 to hit for 6 damage.
That hits.
Fourth attack is a 13 to hit.
That misses.
Fifth attack is a 14 to hit.
That misses.
Sixth attack is a 25 to hit for 6 damage.
That hits.
And the seventh attack is an 11 to hit.
That misses.
All right. Up on the hill, Fitzroy, Ravenna, you are being overwhelmed by these creatures that are just storming this fortification. They split up 4 and 4. So the first 4 attacks on Ravenna. That is a 20 to hit Ravenna for 6 damage.
Miss.
All right.
Armor class of 23.
That is a 24 to hit for 6 damage. Second attack.
Okay, that'll hit.
Third attack is a 17 to hit, and the fourth attack is a 22 to hit for 6 damage.
Miss.
22.
I
not
have
21.
Yeah, I have a 23 armor class.
23 armor class. All right, amazing.
Yeah.
Fitzroy, first attack is a 20 to hit for 6 damage.
That hits.
Second attack is a 24 to hit for 6 damage. The third attack is a 19 to hit
That does, yeah.
for 6
Oh,
damage.
no.
And the fourth attack is a 17 to hit.
That does not.
Okay, for 6
Ha-ha.
damage. So
Yay.
8 points of damage. That ends their turn. Fitzroy, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
So I need to roll to see if I keep my focus, which I do.
Okay.
So I will use my karmic rebuke, which is a
Okay.
quick action.
Yeah.
And basically, as I see these things attacking me, they all lay into me, and then
Oh, sorry. That last attack didn't happen because there were only 7 of them. But there's still the 3
okay.
hit, but the final roll should have been void.
the final world. Okay, so they all hit me.
Mhm.
So, you know, I will use my focus to push energy outwards and push them all back. So I will attack versus either MD or PD, whichever is lower.
Okay, MD is 11.
MD is okay. Then I rolled a 6, but I get a plus 11, so that hits.
Wow.
Next time you don't even have to roll then. You can just say I have 11.
Oh, okay, all right. They will take 14, 17, 20 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
And images of horror flash through their mind as
So
they
what
take this
what do you think
damage.
the images of
They probably
horror
like
are?
that.
What
To
are the
them,
images?
Flowers.
it's probably flowers and puppies and like a
No, it's not.
rainbow.
I'm going to say from now on, if you can't guess what the image of horror is for the demons, it doesn't work.
It's being ripped apart and thrown into the void.
No,
all I
that's
can
that's
imagine.
that's bliss for them.
Oh, then I got nothing.
Shalas.
I got nothing.
Shalas.
They're
Being
so
cuddled
surrounded.
by shalas.
I'll say it has something to do with well, you can think about it.
I mean,
Um,
it's. I mean, imagine it's just a of the Dawn Singer. But
Yes.
that's not the images.
very
that's not
good.
the images of horror that I imagine they see. So
Yes, the Dawn Singer is their image of horror for demons. That is correct.
perfect. Okay.
That is
Very
correct.
So-
Do
that
the rest
is
of us
only
see
enough
these
to-
demons, or do they see them in the Dawn Singer, or do they just see them in their?
It's
They
as
see them in
as they
their-
take the psychic damage. This is what flashes in their
Okay,
heads.
so it's internal.
Yes.
It's enough to take out one of them, not more of them,
Okay.
sadly.
And another one of them can't attack me next round.
Okay,
because
one more
they're-
can't attack them.
They're
next
afraid
round.
of me.
Oh boy, they are afraid. They're all just going to attack Ravenna. End of that round. Top
Well,
of
no,
the
no,
round.
no. I
Oh.
will. So now they all get opportunity attacks on me because I'm going to regain my focus. So the one
Okay,
who can't
so
attack
the
me
one,
can't attack me.
The one that is on
The
top
other
of
two
you will
can.
attack you. One.
Yes.
Or the other one. yeah.
One died and one's gone. So that's a 19 to hit for 6 damage.
Nope. No, I have 20 AC on opportunity attacks, so that misses.
Oh. Interesting.
Gnomes.
Amazing. All right. That brings the escalation die to 2. As you see, Radnock still laying into the ones around Pharamond. He takes 1 out of that batch around Pharamond, and it is Pharamond's turn. Pharamond, what do you want to do?
I go into a rage.
Yeah.
After my amazing recovery, which do I know that Fitzroy helped me recover,
No,
or did I assume I did that.
Of course you
Mhm.
did.
Yeah.
Yes,
You're
I'm
amazing.
amazing. Yes, I go into this glee of this bloodlust, demon lust. I just crack
What do
out
you
laughing.
what do you shout out when you
I
do
laugh.
this?
I laugh. It's just like I roar this laughter like I'm really enjoying myself. So I rage
And
and I attack. I roll now with advantage.
go, please hit something.
Oh gosh. Wow, good thing I rolled with advantage. The second roll was an 18 plus 13 because the escalation
Yeah,
dice.
hits.
That hits. Okay. Let's do my 5d10 plus 11. So that is 9 plus 1 is 10, and another 6. So that's 16. So 20 plus 11, that is 31 damage. And now I'm going to use Flurry, my
Okay,
once
what's
a day
Flurry?
ability. Once a day, Scoryvac lets me do a basic attack against the second enemy.
Go for it. You take out 2 with that first attack. Go ahead. Make your second attack.
And I'm just laughing madly as I'm hacking away at them. Here comes my second attack.
for a small
total-
creature with a big sword, he's moving surprisingly fast. Go ahead.
I'm carried by the sword's momentum.
Just roll a
uh,
critical, please. Get it over with.
Oh, sorry, total of 18. That's not a critical. Oh, no,
Hits.
but I get advantage. Okay, this is my rage. No, it's just a plain old hit.
Okay. 18. AC 17.
Yeah.
So go ahead. Roll damage.
Yes, so that's 10, 16, 18, 25 plus 11, so 36. 36 damage.
Okay. I'll say you take out another 3. There's 2 left between you and Radnox. Ravenna, you're up.
All right.
6 of them surround you. One in front of 4 around you. 2 at Fitzroy, and you can see the little halfling and the servant of the tyrant have everything under control up front.
This seems like a good moment for my high blood teleport skill, but I don't know if it gets me far enough away I can shoot freely. Let me read it to you. Once per battle as a move action, place yourself in a nearby location that you can see.
no,
Now,
like
you
if
mentioned that
you're-
nearby is still
No. Like if you teleport away, you move out of the engaged condition.
good. So
Sure.
that means I could then shoot my arrows again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think I can't shoot. I don't have
You
any
can.
skill
They
around
just
like
get
quick
opportunity. No, you can't. At 13th age, you
then-
can't shoot. You just get an opportunity attack from everyone.
No, but this is perfect. I just wow, geez, I need to figure out how to describe the elven teleport. I think I just okay, well, this was not canon. I just spin in a circle. Doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo, doo-doo. No,
Like a magical girl from an anime?
yes,
That's how
exactly.
I imagine this. Okay.
It's more like Blue Skidoo. We can too.
Yes, do 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 do.
You don't
Okay.
watch Blue. You don't watch Blue Schools? No. Okay.
No, I think it's going to be just more like putting both my with my bow, putting both my hands up in front of my face to just in focusing for a second, and then I appear. I
Like
appear
full Dragon Ball
like-
Z.
approximately, and appear approximately.
They're
let's
gone.
say,
Gone.
What is it?
Okay.
Engaged?
Good.
20 feet away and spin, so I'm a little bit down the hill, and just start firing my bow back up at them.
Right. So why don't you appear in the air and like start shooting at them as you're coming down to land? Isn't that cool?
Because it hurts.
Okay,
Come
don't
on.
do it.
Falling 20 feet hurts.
Fuck it. Be boring.
Superhero landing. Come on.
He lands downhill and he's
No,
fighting
no,
an
no.
He
All right.
yields the high ground and fights an uphill battle now. Go on, go for it.
No, I like it. I might take damage. I might
It's your
have to make some
character.
sort of
I'm just suggesting
No,
cool
no, it's
stuff.
a
Don't worry about it.
it's a cool move I hadn't thought of, and it is exactly the kind of thing that Ravenna would like to do. No, wait, no. But she does not want to land back in the middle of them. her point is to be.
Yeah,
second
so
for them.
she's like falling at an arc, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Away.
So in the middle of she takes this leap, and then in the midair, falling away from them, back
Okay,
down
go
the
ahead,
hill.
start
She
shooting.
fires twice. Hopefully. I can't believe you let me do crazy acrobatic things like that. 12. That is a 21 to hit.
Yeah, hits. Go ahead, roll
All
damage.
right. And the damage is 1, 2.
Can you get a bit closer to the camera, please?
12, 14, 22 damage. And then
22
because I rolled a
damage.
natural even roll, I get to fire a second arrow. And that one misses again. Apparently those second arrows aren't working so well. So
All right.
22 damage. And
You
I fall.
take out 2 of the ones that were attacking you. So there's now 2 with you and 2 with Fitzroy left.
Do you want to make me? Do I need to make some sort of skill roll to avoid crashing into the ground painfully?
How do you land? You tell us.
Oh, well, in that case, if I've got the freedom to do that, I take a leap, jump, teleport into the air a little ways away, and as turn around, shoot, and just land, I guess, not quite superhero landing, but like, legs braced and bow up. Yeah.
Amazing. All right. That brings us to the end of the round. We are going to escalation die number 3. Oh, no, sorry.
Wait.
Wait,
I think I want to revise that.
My bad.
I want to revise that. I think a roll would be more appropriate for that situation.
You roll. The 2 surrounding you, Pheromone, attack. The first is a 16 to hit, and the second is a 26 to hit for 6 points of damage.
That left a scratch.
All right. Fitzroy, one's afraid of you. Is that correct? You're muted.
Yeah, that's correct.
All right. The second one does attack you for a 14 to hit.
No, it doesn't.
All right. And Ravenna, the 2 that you teleported away from, turn around and book back down towards you.
That's okay. They're not
bottom
on
of the hill. That's a 1, so that one misses. And that's a 22 to hit. EC's 23, right?
Misses. Yeah.
Okay, you're engaged again with 2 of them. Fitzroy, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
Still the same round, right?
Yeah, it's still the same
Okay.
round, so it's still the second round.
So I still have my focus because nothing triggered me, so I will use my karmic rebuke. So once again, letting out all this energy as a quick action. Attacking MD, so I guess I can't miss. Like we
No,
said
you
before.
can't miss. So what's the damage?
So it is 20 points of psychic damage.
Okay. How do you want might or mercy?
Absolutely might. Yes.
Go ahead. Tell me.
These energy that comes into me as they're trying to attack me, I push it back on them as a rebuke, and it just melts the shadows away, and they just disappear into nothing.
It's as if from within their heads there's like a burst of radiant light.
Something
Melts
like
them
that,
away?
yeah. That just melts them from the inside.
Oh my god,
Yes.
looks freaky. Gross.
So that's my quick action.
Okay, and then?
As my main action, there's 2 that went towards Ravenna, right?
Mm-hmm.
I will follow the one I will follow, and then using Uraban, I will slice one of them from behind.
Go for it.
Who's Urban?
Uraban is my small little knife thing that looks more like a child's dagger. So that is 18 against 18 against AC.
Yep, that hits. Go ahead, roll damage.
So 8. Need to buy more dice. Ooh, it's only 17 damage.
17, all right. You might or mercy?
Oh, definitely might. So I slash up, and as you see, this string of light just appears through this thing, and it just kind of falls and fades into nothing.
Gone. And that's the end of that round. Is there anything else you want to do?
Straighten my bow tie.
Mhm. As you straighten your bow tie, you see that Radnox just rips apart one of the two remaining around Fairmont. Fairmont, it's your turn. There's one enemy left in front of you.
Well,
Escalation dies at 3.
okay, I'm still raging because the rage lasts for a minute. Ooh. I get a critical.
Oh, now you get a critical.
Good
All right,
Yes.
great. So, how much damage do you do on a critical?
So my max damage is 61.
Okay, so
We
that's
double
100,
it, right?
122
I want to
damage.
try to picture how this hits a mook demon. Like,
So for the one final Mook Demon with 13 hit points out of 260 that we started with,
Oh man.
good job. Might
I
or
hold
mercy?
Korvac above my head, and my eyes are red with my rage, and I just swing it down so hard that I leave a little crater in the ground. Little rocks go flying.
Do you do it like with the flat of the blade and just like pancake it, or what?
No, the
You carve
blade
him in
is
half?
jammed into the ground.
Okay. Neat. Yeah. I'll say with that, in one fell move, you just turn around and you toss Korivak into the back of the one that's or through the skull of the one that's still attacking Ravenna. And
Oh, there was
then
another one?
the moment it kills, you kill that one, Korivak reappears in your hand. And this fight is over.
Ooh, dramatic.
sweet.
Da-da-da-da-dum.
Whoa,
Da, da, da.
my friends, how is everyone okay? How are you all feeling?
I have another hole in my jacket. I can't
Ah.
believe it.
Fitzroy, sorry, hey,
Where are
sorry, I don't
they?
know your name. Hey, little guy, let's go up the hill for a bit.
Wait. Before we go, who are you? Thank
Yeah,
you. But who?
yeah.
And on that note, thanks everyone for watching this episode of the Might and Mercy podcast. We'll pick up this story whenever we can get together again and play. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We appreciate your time and attention. We hope you enjoyed this story, and we look forward to continuing it with you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Yay!